And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, that is Chuck D and the Public Enemy. That means it's The Bonfire.
I'm calling Charles D.
Charles D. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder. We are new but not live.
Yeah, we're in the past, but also in the future.
Also in the future.
Mind-bending bonfire reality.
It's like Terminator 1. I saw Chuck D last night. I saw the Prophets of Rage show.
How was it?
In Barclays. They did most, if you don't know, Prophets of Rage is, it's Chuck D and Be Real from Cypress Hill. And they're the front men of the band is Rage Against the Machine, which
super group.
It's a super group, but they play 90% Rage Against the Machine songs, and you realize how much you need that super pissed off Indian that is Zach De La Rocha.
Zach De La Rocha.
You need him. Like those screams at the end of those songs are supposed to get you all pumped up.
Oh!
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to introduce our guest here because we're just going to jump right in. We're going to dive in here. And it's so cool. He was our first guest ever on The Bonfire, and he is back to kick some more ass, everybody. The hilarious Dave Attell is here with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being here.
That intro made it sound like you're wearing a leather jacket.
Well, I like that I was the first guest.
Yeah,
you were.
Of course.
Look how the show has grown, and both of you guys have grown, both physically and emotionally. I'd say as a team.
Oh, absolutely. We've turned corners. We've had ups. We've had downs.
Even
you
on that
grown,
Chuck
do
D,
you mean physically like muscular? Like I've got muscular? It looks like
yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks, guy.
I would straight up just call you barrel chested.
Like, look at all this banter you guys are having. In the beginning, it wasn't anything like that.
You think you're driving
Two
to work?
sad sacks of shit.
Yeah. You think you're driving
No
to work
eye
in Dayton?
contact.
Not at all. Usually we want to do this on an ISDN line so we don't even have to look at each other.
Well, you brought in Dum Dum's Lollipops, and nothing's going to make a boyish personality like Dan Soder excited, like sucking on a Dum Dum.
I'll tell you this. I'm even swinging my feet on our high chairs.
What do you got? What do you got? A butterscotch?
Dude, I went peach.
Peach.
Because I'm feeling myself.
These are odd flavors.
These are, yeah. It's just enough. It's like almost well, I'll just say right now, like they're the only lollipops that you can get instead of the high end, the bubble gum,
the blow pop,
yeah, which is a that's a commitment.
You could always tell in high school who the drug dealer was eventually going to be because they sold candy in school. We had three people in our school that would, and it was a big thing. Blow pops. They would go to like Costco and buy like big things of blow pops and Jolly Ranchers and all that shit, and they bring them to school in a book bag and they would sell candy all day. And they'd make a fucking gang of money.
I didn't know that you could go to school and also have a business. Is this a charter school? Or?
I feel like you probably. I wonder if they would have gotten in trouble for it if they ever did get in trouble for it.
Oh, they were selling it like on the down low.
Right
out of their backpack.
Oh,
out of their backpack. But yeah, but it was it was like a quarter for a blow pop or 50 cents for a blow pop.
Well, then the question becomes, who's the first kid to know that the trend has changed and start selling drugs instead of candy? That's the real whiz of the group.
You know what? The kid I know, I think, just started selling drugs and he realized it makes people want candy more.
Two guys go in. I got the candy. You got the drugs. It's all going to come
Let's do this, kiddo.
Yeah, let's talk like we're old gangsters.
Yeah, we were Chuck D. What I was impressed by, though, with the Prophets of Rage show is that Tom Morello, guitar player for Rage Against the Machine, who is a virtuoso. I mean, really an amazing guitar player, but not ageless. 52.
Wow.
Surprising, man, because they still fucking rock.
Hey, I'm 51, dude.
Dave, we've always said you rock. We never stopped saying you did.
Although
rock.
you could be, do you think that there is you could be an older comic that you can't be an older rock star? Like, is there a weird?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's
age?
I think like comedy ages like professional golf. Where they're like, you can just keep playing.
Yeah.
And it's not really changes. And then, like, rock music is like football, where you're like, you're going to get killed out there.
Well, one day, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I always go back to it because it always breaks my heart. But, like, Marilyn Manson is like, it's done. It's over. He aged out of that shtick, and it looks ridiculous now. He can't do it anymore. And, but, and Christine was smart to bring this up here. But you can see why what I was going to say is those songs definitely need this guy. But Tom Morello... still like rocks. I'm saying he still like has like the energy, that youthful energy at 52. Be Real from Cypress Hills, 46, and Chuck D, 56 years old.
No way.
Yeah, and he does dance around on stage though, like an uncle at a barbecue. It is kind of. He is so ingrained in rap that he actually doesn't seem to know what to do while music is playing behind. Like,
what do you think is the worst crossover? Like rock guys trying to dance to rap, or rap guys not knowing how to dance to rock? I would think it's rock guys trying to dance to rap would be more awkward to watch.
No, weirdly enough, like especially now, like the culture, like the way people grow up, like I know as much about the rap of my era as I do about the rock of my era.
And you know who you can thank for that? Linkin Park.
I was going to say Kid Rock.
I want to go with the crustiest.
But yeah, we have these watch. You can see the difference in what it is, or why they kind of need like Zach De La Rocha. This is the Prophets of Rage. This is the new band.
Oh no, I dropped my dum-dum. No, I'm such a dum-dum.
We have no volume on that. We have Jacob. Jacob's on the board. We're waiting for Lou. Jacob's trying to figure it all out.
Did you see that shot? This is like from the drummer's girlfriend. I love it.
Baby,
keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, baby, you look so cool when you're drumming, and you're also not fucking sluts.
Oh, this is on Jimmy Kimmel.
You're on Jimmy Kimmel. That dude's shoulder tattoos. I've always liked the bassist's tattoos from Rage Against the Machine.
Well, cut to the end of it. Go to the end when they start doing all the screaming.
Chuck D looks pretty good.
Uncle Charles.
No. Chuck D looks great.
You want to be like, Uncle Charles, stop yelling. Uncle Charles, stop yelling. That's my friend.
But you hear that they're just kind of saying this?
Yeah.
Now go to Zach De La Rocha doing it. I mean, he...
To make you do what the deciders.
Yeah, get down to the end.
I'm also a model. Here's buy new jeans. Him shirtless. Look at young Tom Morello.
How old is he now?
Zach De La Rocha?
78.
He's got to be in his mid-40s at least, but he's...
So now when he says, F you, I won't do what you're telling me, he's talking to his nutritionist.
Yeah, or he's... Yeah.
I'm going to eat.
I like sodium. I like a sodium-based diet.
But the thing is, no,
him just raging out at his doctor's office. Zach, you have to understand something. Eating late at night is very bad for you.
Well,
Rage
dude,
against the buffet.
It was so white boy fratty.
Where at Rage?
At Prophets of Rage.
Really?
And those guys, you can see what's funny is those guys that live their lives in cubicles now, just doing their fucking day jobs, like side parts.
The machine won.
but like they were just reliving it. And what's so great about it is watching them is, I said this out loud, I meant it, that the guy standing in front of us who took his shirt on and off 15 times, high-fived and hugged everyone around him several times.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I feel bad, I think it's because I like what I chose to do in life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Not every day is a picnic, obviously.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you like your job.
You like the idea of what you're pursuing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that because of that, I'll never enjoy anything as much as that guy was enjoying that concert last night.
That's true. That is true.
That's his release. Because then
you didn't earn it. That's for sure.
It's a bummer. Like I watch this guy. I'm like, well, I can't sink into it. Like even a concert that I love.
Yeah.
My hands are in my pockets. At very most, maybe hands going, mouthing the words.
That's why I mean, these people are locked down 23 hours a day, basically, in terms of like jobs, family, commitments, responsibilities. So when they finally get a chance to like let go, they let go. And I love that. I really do love that.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Because then what you don't see is you see that guy take his shirt off 15 times. The 16th time when he puts his shirt on, then he drives home in his van to his 4-year-old son Ethan, and he's like, "Papa makes mess," and he's like, "Okay, all right."
He's like, "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
Just throws his 4-year-old through the window. What did you do?
As we were saying with all the cops, because there were so many frat boys in the subway afterwards. And you see like the cops are all there. I'm like, 2118. I got a rage in process.
Oh boy, I got some real pink rage bubbling up.
Some rage.
Before we start the rage, here's some quick rules. And then it's like,
take off your puka shell necklaces.
I could go right through somebody's neck.
If you're gonna have flip flops on, please take them off. I don't want anybody needing a broken toe or two.
But man, he was so in, and I was like, man, my favorite concert that I would go to today, I would not have that emotion towards it. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I say that happens with comedy. The inevitable thing about comedy, not that I mean, I still love great comedy.
But you're saying it's deadens you
and
inside?
laugh at it. Well, what it deadened me to was when I would watch, like growing up, just put on like Evening at the Improv or Caroline's Comedy Hour or Comic Strip Live would come on network late nights. Like whoever, it didn't matter. It was like, oh, Dennis Wolfberg's on, sweet.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Oh, Bruce Baum, Wayne Cotter, nailing it.
I got that new 5 from Caroline Ray.
Yeah, I mean, like, no shit, man. I mean, like, I remember like Caroline Ray's, like, when she was young and did her first HBO half hour. It was such like a.
Yeah, but then you watch so much comedy and then you just get like, you're like, okay.
You just start. Also, even the people who you find really good, you know their recipe. And as I said before, and it's a testament to you, Dave.
Am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Patrice.
You were dum-dum digging. We didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. Sure, I'm trying to think. I think it was Robert Kelly.
Well, what are you talking about? Like, you're talking about, like, watching comedy as a fan or as a comic?
I'm saying watching it as a comic who was, like, just a mega fan at one point. A lot of people go into comedy and aren't mega fans of comedy. I came into it a big fan of comedy, and Bobby Kelly pointed it out to me about a particular comic, but it plays across the board. It's you get when you figure out someone's recipe. Yeah. Even if you think they're funny, if you know the recipe, you just go, I just kind of know where it's going to go. Like at some point, you lose like interest in that person so much. And he said, which I completely agree with too, is you and Patrice are both two comics of many comics out there who have. But if you don't know someone's recipe, it still makes them like intriguing to watch. That's a big thing.
Do you watch anybody?
Well, here's my recipe: alcoholism with a healthy dose of rage. Yeah.
You comedically take off your shirt on and off 15 times a day. That's all you do.
Let me ask you.
Tip your wait staff.
No.
Fuck you. I won't do it. You tell me.
He gets a light. Fuck you. I won't do it. You tell me.
I did find out yesterday, too, that you can turn any song, though, into a Rage Against the Machine song. They have such a distinct, like, that bass and the settings on the guitar are so, like, set to whatever it is they do. At one point, he goes, this is a cover of a great song, The Ghost of Tom Joad, by the only boss you should ever listen to, Bruce Springsteen. And then it just goes like, but then it just goes like, you're like, this is just a Rage Against the Machine song.
They put that out on an album. I didn't know that was a Bruce Springsteen song until, like, I read it somewhere.
It's a good tune. Yeah. Ghost of Tom Joad.
Oh,
it's a toe tapper.
I was just going to go back to the original of like listening to comedy once you like become a comic. Like that's what I do miss, which is like listening to a comedy album before it was like with Sam Kinison. Like when I was starting listening to guys like that, how exciting that was, and how much like you wanted to get up and like do push-ups or something. Like you had all that crazy energy.
No, Dice Rules. I used to. It was a double cassette. Dice Rules, and I used to listen to it. I used to take baths like a little boy and listen to it.
To Dice Rules?
Yeah,
that's great. I used to have a bunch of HBO one night stands. It was right when CDs started coming out, and I just drive. I was a pizza delivery driver, and I just drive listening to HBO half hours. And now one night stands. And now you Patton Oswalt's like 95.
And now you just listen to it and just fucking pick it apart. Like
I'd be like, our cops joke. Oh, that's
what's the Dice CD where he does it at the where is it?
Dangerfields.
Day
the Laughter died.
My friend and my editor Jeremy, he is like obsessed with that. Like when he listened to it, and he doesn't mind me outing him on this. It's like he was like it was like one of these things where it's like you just found out like one of the secrets of the universe. Like we were talking about, it was like I couldn't stop listening to it. I didn't want to, but I had to, and that kind of thing.
I do love it, but it is like it's not like good comedy. Like it's falling apart.
Yeah, it's like one of those things like a historical reenactment, like the Cuban Missile Crisis. Like the world might end at any, but it's going to take cool heads to get through this.
But what's great is the guy from Dangerfield's Tony, who I love Tony, but he does he's the owner. He does love talking in hindsight about everything. Because he's like, oh, the day the Laughter died. He goes, isn't that so great? It was such a fun night. It was so. Dice came in. He goes, don't announce I'm coming in. I'm coming in on a Tuesday at like 9 p.m. Don't tell anybody I'm coming. I just want to do whatever crowd's there. And it was like 18 people in the room, and that's what that album is. He tells a long story that I'll shorten about Andy Kaufman. Showing up to do like his audition, and he showed up in the afternoon with not an 18-wheeler, but like a U-Haul truck full of drums. And he set the drums up all afternoon, all over the stage, covering the stage, so everybody else had to perform with these drums all over the stage. And then when he got on stage finally for his 7-minute set, it was an audition. He just introduced the drums. Like he just introduced everybody to the drums. Like one of these, like this is a drum kit and the bongos and the all this stuff. And then he just left.
That's great.
And then left. And then came back after everybody had left from the show to deconstruct the drums and take them out.
That's a commitment.
And he goes, "Oh, it was so hilarious and great." And I was like, "Shut up, Tony. You didn't think it was great. Everybody else thought in the room that night, like, the fuck is this horse shit?"
Yeah, but with Dice's album there, it's like everybody like looks at it now, which is like, everybody kind of like does a special or whatever, is trying to do this thing where it's like, I'm going to do it to like, my swim coach from high school. Like, he's the only guy in the audience. Isn't that crazy? I mean, wouldn't that be weird? But back then, like, to do it, to tape something like that and then to release it, that's the balls. That's the ultimate balls.
Well, Bamford did hers in front of just her parents, right?
Yeah, she did a special in front of her
But that is a specialty thing because that is really like her like thing. Like, that's her universe.
I guess
other people
really
in their whole like, I'm not so sure about
it. Really is burning your hour though for like a very for
a risky artsy kind
just an artsy idea, because the thing is, like, it won't play well forever. Do you know what I mean? That's not one you're going to go back and listen to. Like, you don't even,
you're right.
You don't even overthink listening to an album and thinking it would happen if there was like no major laughter behind it.
When did he record?
That's always a joke we always make about going and doing a comedy album in a studio booth. Like, this the thing. He goes, all right, let's take that one back from the top again.
You say
put
that
in a tickle here, and then I'll bring it up.
You say that as a joke. I started in Tucson, and this open micer would sell his album, and he was just an open micer, and I was like, "How'd you do an album?" He's like, "Oh, my friend has a studio." And I was like, I will take one of those albums. And I bought it, and me and my friend Johnny smoked a joint and listened to it, and it was just him in the studio like, women are crazy. It's just like open mic comedy. My CD book
like
with it,
in an open mic room?
in a studio. Like he
no
did
audience.
it in his studio, no audience. He was just talking to his friends like Dirk Diggler and Boogie Nights when he's looking at him. Where he was like looking at him like, women are crazy, right? And dude, it was like he was I think a half black, half Mexican dude. So he's like, man, bitches be nuts. And he's had that black comic confidence with no audience.
How much do you wish you still had that tape?
More than anything right now.
And he didn't put in like a laugh track or anything?
No.
Oh man.
So it's just like this awkward, like he's like, man, I be living in the south side of town. The south side of town crazy. And dude, it was amazing. But you
hear every like lip smack and teeth.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell us he did all crowd work.
What do you do? The engineer. I record things. Oh, that's crazy, man. He has to keep cutting in. Hey, are you going to keep doing this or?
Give me a break, Dave. One break coming up. That's fucking great studio conversations.
The only victim there is you, who bought it, and his mother, who lent him money to get the studio.
Oh, I think it was probably a cousin.
There's a guy who still walks around my block now, because now he's gone on from believing he works at a comedy club to believing that he's an honorary police officer.
Cool.
But he used to be outside the Boston Comedy Club all the time when that was going, and he believed he worked for the firefighters there or something. But now he thinks he's a cop.
Sometimes mental insanity.
Or he thinks
is good.
he does something for the cops.
Sometimes mental insanity is like a good gainful employment.
Christine, what does he think? What does he think he does? What does he think? What does he think he does for the cops? Crazy Jay on our street.
I don't know what he thinks he does. He just says that he works there.
Yeah, he just says he works for the cops.
He works for the police, and when they have their events, he dresses up and goes to them
Yeah, we see him walking in a suit, but he's crazy, borderline homeless. But he's historically always been like a goofy liar. And when me and DeRose lived together one time, we gave him a ride somewhere, and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to give this to you guys right now," and he gives us an audio tape that is one thing in my life that I do wish I just did not lose.
Please tell me.
And no, he goes, yeah, me and my brother have a band. He goes, we do a bunch of covers. We're really good. You should check it out. And you can tell what he hands me is a tape that's definitely just like, you go to like the Boardwalk or Great Adventure, and you can go do karaoke with like the actual track of the music.
Yeah.
So it's just Van Halen playing Panama.
Yeah.
It's just him playing Panama, but it's him singing it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the front man. My brother's on guitar. He shreds like Eddie Van Halen.
Wow.
And he and it's just Eddie Van Halen playing, but him singing the words is still so because he really has that voice, it's kind of like a Rich Voss voice.
Yeah.
But that part where he goes, he's off time, so he's like, reach down between the actually, can you bring up Panama, because you know the thing is I show you how off time it is because like with the background.
Yeah,
that's a hard tune though.
Oh, sure.
Especially with the real band when your brother's
David Lee Roth.
Especially when your brother shreds.
I believe they time changed 3 or 4 times in that.
Go towards like get to the. Keep going. Keep going. What a body he had.
That David Lee Roth, yeah.
They're all so good at moving
now.
Not even sort of. They really, I think they almost have to keep separate from each other. Mm-hmm. And it is crazy.
Do they lower him in cages?
He is, he's got a lot to process on a daily basis, David Lee Roth, I bet, because what a fall from being like the epitome of so awesome in that exact look.
Yeah.
Like, even if he had to cut his hair short at that time, he wouldn't have pulled that off. Like, his look was completely being in shape, having that long girl hair, you know, with the poof in the front. Like, it was perfect for him. He just looked awesome all in that, and like, as soon as that was over, it was over. Everybody else just looks kind of like fine.
Yeah, but if you look at him compared to like some of the other hair bands of the day, not so much whorish makeup, you know, just tasteful.
Oh, yeah.
Like, tasteful makeup, Sunday makeup.
Yeah. You know,
I think he didn't know
Cinderella
makeup.
or any of those guys where they really over the top.
Yeah, Cinderella's Friday night. David Lee Roth Sunday morning.
David, you take him to meet your mom.
Yeah, you're going to have some of my mama's brisket, David, because you're a good girl. But they...
I mean, he was just, I bet, he was crushing pussy at a rate we can never
Well, I think that crazy fame thing that like completely burnt him out. When I worked at K-Rock, he took over for Stern in New York.
That was a hard role.
And they had him, he came into the studio and he had him cut out the carpet. And he's like, cut out the carpet, I want to tap dance every morning. The engineer at K-Rock told me this. He goes, I want to tap dance every morning. And the engineer goes, I'm going to let you know, just pure science, if I do that, you can't touch the mic or you'll get shocked. And he's like, now give me the zap. It's going to be great. I'm going to tap dance and everybody's going to love it.
I'll touch the mic as much as I want because I'm David Lee Roth.
One tap dance coming up. And they said the first day he did it, he fucking bang. And he was like, and he started getting he got mad at the engineer. And he's like, every time I skibbly tap and I touch the microphone, it shocks me. Ooh, I got zapped. My chest hair is standing on end. Yeah, so he's a fucking. That's like that real super high fame, and then you just don't let go, and you just stay up there, even though you've fallen.
But I saw that happening. I saw that happening on a small scale with that guy from Jane's Addiction, Dave Navarro.
Oh, Dave Navarro.
Dave Navarro, but
but
he still thinks he can walk into a room though and be like, you and you and you, let's go have a foursome, and then we'll come back and shoot the scene.
You're going to be just on my left nipple. I want you just to tug on my left nipple.
But isn't he a judge on one of those shows, The Voice or something?
No, like Tattoo Ink or something.
Oh, what a slide.
Sorry.
Yeah, not a mainstay.
But David Lee Roth, though, like, look at these videos. They still hold up. I mean, they're sexist. Let's just get right to it. They're sexist. But it's a simpler time. Like, no one's, talking about the web or anything.
No
global warming. Yeah. Nobody cared.
No one's complaining about these girls being used.
That girl's like, if I had a blog, I would take you down, David Lee Roth.
And he seemed to involve a lot of the unemployed L.A. comics. You can almost smell the, I'm available.
Skibbity bop, she's a woman and a person too.
Skibbity doo bop, zibbity bow.
I like nothing more than listening to her opinions about politics. One great conversation coming up.
Change.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music video is just gone by the wayside anyway.
Yeah, no one does music videos anymore, man.
Well, now it's all like it's like you on a rusted tractor.
Yeah.
It's like, we should do a great country
music video. But but you're right though. They wouldn't actually get away. They would say this is like too sexist.
It is.
Stuff
Well, look at it.
No, it is.
I'm saying all that stuff.
Crazy.
But I mean, like how much but again, how advanced. I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. Even like we've come so far in like we're desensitized to a lot where people don't seem to get like the people who are on the side of like not getting upset about shit.
Yeah,
really don't get upset about shit, and the people who do go way over the top. And there's so many more forms to kind of like pull it out. I saw when I was at Chicago Rosemont. I think I told you that the album cover for Lenny Bruce. one of his albums. It's him with a bikini Asian girl and a bikini black girl next to him, and then behind them, it's the Klan, and they're all black guys. You can see their hands and everything. They're black guys in the Klan suits, and I'm just like, that just today would never.
Oh yeah, no.
Like it wouldn't be, and you think we've come further? If it makes sense, the people who wouldn't get upset by that would really be like, "Get the fuck over!" They go, "Are you kidding?" It's like satire and it's ridiculous. But it'll be shut down because people would buckle much more to people going, Walmart. Why do I have to walk through your store and see this album cover?
That's the whole. Like that's all. I think it's the shift in advertising. Like how much more importance is on advertising now because you can't.
Yeah, that was it right there. You
saw that in a Walmart?
No.
I was like, wow.
No. I'm saying you never would. You never would see that in Walmart.
Some like long haul trucker. You know what I could go for? A little Lenny Bruce. That's some good Jew comedy.
Some 60s political satire.
Yes. A Mortsall got me here from. I drove out of Lexington.
I got Dick Gregory on the way to Cincinnati. And then I'm going to do some Lenny Bruce chopping it up. I need a man slowly falling into an opiate addiction.
I got a youngin' at home who's got the sniffles. Now, I know it'll pick him right up. That would be a Mortsall compilation.
Christine, look up, if you could, most offensive album covers.
Ooh.
That's a good one, Jay.
That's a great Google. Jay, can I just compliment your Google recommendation?
Richard Pryor's album covers? You know, not to get into the exact, bicentennial... his stuff out of control. I remember seeing that in Tower Records, and I'm like, holy shit, we got an album.
But you're saying nowadays you can't have anything kind of close because the people who will get upset is too large.
Dude,
look at the names of comedy specials now. Aw, shucks and heck.
Hey, mine's
you
called
heard
not
me, heck.
Mine's called Not Special. Take it back, Dave. But my next one's going to be called Throat Fuck.
Time for Supper? I mean, is that really a...
Dan Soder live from Buffalo, Throat Fucking.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember the big deal about that, and that was great.
That was a great cover.
Black Crows
America.
And they made him get rid of the bush.
The lady, because there was pubic hair on it. They were on one. Oh, yeah.
Who's
Blind
that?
Faith?
Yeah, look at that. So Blind Faith's got a...
We'll post all these again. We'll post all these at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And Dave Attell is going to be at Helium in Philadelphia this weekend, Friday, September 2nd through Sunday, September 4th. For tickets and all other tour dates, go to daveattell.com. And Big J going to be performing on the Oddball Comedy Festival this year. You can catch him in Chicago, Detroit, and Toronto.
No, I don't think Toronto.
Chicago and Detroit. Friday, September 2nd, and Saturday, September 3rd. Go to oddballfest.com for tickets. And then
that special, aptly titled Not Special.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good name.
Dan Soder's special available on iTunes as well as several other formats.
And
Make sure you get that.
Big J special live at Webster Hall on the same formats, and check out Dave Attell's Roadwork on Netflix. And sorry to say, if I'm not going to be at Bumbershoot. I know we plugged it, but I had to cancel.
Why?
Yeah, long story, but I had to cancel. So.
Did Death Cab for Cuties specifically request you not to be there?
We got into some beef.
Did you get into some beef with?
I have a strict thing in my rider where I will not perform on the same festival as Death Cab for Cutie. So.
The music there wasn't going to be that fun anyway, was it?
There was a couple people I really wanted to see, Logic, like a couple other people, but yeah.
Queensryche.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Queensryche? I would love to see Queensryche.
I've seen Queensryche so many times.
I want to see them at a carnival.
In fact,
leather pants with a Ferris wheel behind it. What did you pick?
I don't know. It's just pure white. I guess it's wisdom.
Oh, you mean? You got the Aryan side?
Yeah, I did. I got the. Who were those two girls? You remember they were like the.
Jan Hooks and
no. The they're not racist anymore, but they were the Aryan something blue. You remember
the Judds?
No. There's the two girls. They were raised in this like Aryan world, and like they do these. They were like the.
Who are they?
They were like acoustic, haters.
Really?
But no, they grew up. They said that by smoking pot, it took like they realized that the.
Was it the Indigo Girls?
No. These they were like big in like the Zyklon B world. You know, like I'm talking about Aryan Spring kind of like.
How do you know about Aryan folk rock?
Hey, when you always got to keep an eye on the enemy. Am I right?
Oh, we had an episode here. We looked up a bunch of that, like hate. Right? It's hate rock.
Them?
Those girls, yeah. Now they're growing up. They're not like that anymore.
Prussian Blue,
yeah.
Prussian Blue twins,
and they used to play
two Avas.
That's really...
I wonder if they had to shit on glass, too.
You know what's funny, man? I really am so...
I thought you guys would be all over this.
That is a great shirt. Can you look them up? What are they called?
Smiley Hitler face?
They're no longer doing it. But,
Prussian,
Prussian blue?
Yeah.
But I've heard rumblings of a reunion tour.
That would be cool.
Blazing
one night only in a field that only,
in Eastern Oregon.
Yeah.
The Klan presents.
Here we go.
Oh, they did a video? Good for them.
It's called Keep That Black Snake Away From Me.
See, look at them dressed up in their little...
I think it's so sweet. Look at them. They're dressed like they're going to a Renaissance fair.
They just grew up and got plowed out by dudes wearing combat boots when they fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Marcus just blowing them out.
Oh, that was quick.
That's got real. That's real. I fucked my dad. Look.
I wonder what that baby's name is. Adolf? No?
What are they singing?
Well, they keep cutting away from the trailer that they live in. Don't show their trailer.
Yeah, thin out that shot. I would just say it's like Irish folk music.
Cut to a guy with a swastika on his heart crying.
Yeah. You know, I listen
Tell
to
it,
this.
girl. Tell it.
You ever catch this song at a sunset?
Here, play this song. Play this song. This sounds better. Skinhead Boy. This sounds more like
I
something.
want a skinhead boy.
Isn't it sad that
they're the Avril Lavigne's of the...
Yeah, that's right. If they weren't so attractive, would you give them a chance? Probably not. I'm so shallow.
He was a skinhead boy. Oh, the path we choose. That's ominous. Omniminous. Oh, look at Prussian blue.
The Iron Crosses.
You're a skinhead. High five. I want to be your girlfriend.
Their mother was their manager, and then when they grow up, they got older, and I guess they started smoking pot and hanging out with, black guys.
Yeah.
They realized it was all wrong.
It's like, baby, you need the soul in you.
And they left their mother, who was their manager also, so it was kind of sad for them.
And all that skinhead
fell
boy.
apart.
Yeah.
How long ago was this? Were they little girls?
It's got to be like 10 years old now.
Can you look up Prussian blue now?
I'll tell you this,
They're like the Olsen twins of hate.
Too long ago.
They played one racist girl in a movie.
Yeah, they're the Michelle Tanners of Aryan Pride.
Wouldn't that be great if they went the whole other way? It's like, well, my husband, Ira, like they married a Jewish guy. Like, oh, we can't go out. It's Yom Kippur. And
can you call me tomorrow? I can't. It's the Shabbos.
I moved to a tenement in Williamsburg.
This does make me miss Boise, Idaho. You know that northern part that no one ever wants to talk about?
Well, old Wellwater County. I get it.
I want to see what they look like now.
Track them down, Christine.
See, they look pretty good. They held up.
Boys. Now all their songs are about how much they love fucking black dudes.
They look great.
Yeah. Split me in half, you chocolate motherfucker.
Cocoa butter lover. You're fucking me so hard and my mother can hear us.
Just when you think there's enough lube, that's when you start putting in more lube.
You were supposed to be here at 5. You show up at 6:30. But I'm okay, cause you dick me down.
Why can't you understand I love you, but you can't come to my house for Thanksgiving?
Please honk at the end of the street. Honk at the end of the street and turn your bass down. We should probably take a break. We'll be right back. Right. It's the Bonfire with Dave Attell, the whole episode.
Yee! Don't make it sound like a question.
It's not a question, it's a statement, Dave.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, yeah! Izabella, my daughter's here in studio. We're letting her pick the music today. This is Kanye West Famous. All the wax nudity in the video.
Is he the new Hamilton or no? Did they pick that guy yet?
Is it what?
He's the new Hamilton. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder, David Attell joining us in studio. We are new, not live.
Who's that?
Bill Cosby? That's hilarious. A naked Bill Cosby.
Is this a new video for him?
Yeah.
It's the music video where he has all the wax figures. He has wax figures from of all these famous people all laying in bed banging. George W. Bush, Bill Cosby, Amber Rose, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Taylor Swift.
Is he up for a music award?
Probably.
Kanye?
No, probably.
He's up for Video of the Year?
Yeah, for this video.
This is the stuff Izabella knows better than me.
Caitlyn Jenner is in it.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Amber Rose.
Let's ask Izabella, do you, who else do you like besides Kanye? Who do you like?
Oh, you're about to get a track list, buddy.
Okay.
This is going to be like a focus group.
So, I like mostly rap. So
You do?
I like Kanye, yeah.
Oh.
Drake.
I did not do my job.
Wow.
Logic, G-Eazy.
Whoa.
G-Eazy sounds like a made-up one, like that's your friend at school. And he's like, yo, from now on, though, I want you to call me G-Eazy.
When me and her mom split, it was a big part of the decision I had to make in my head. I go, I am sacrificing the fact that my daughter's going to like straight garbage music.
Mm-hmm. That's what you lost. That's what you lost in the divorce.
I was like, there's not going to be any chance she's going to get into any decent rock music or have any history of classic rock. It's over.
Yeah.
I'm taking her to see
Izabella, do you like any...
I'm taking her to see Korn on Tuesday.
I mean, you're still...
Well, prepare for the eye rolls on the ride home.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
what
Dad.
was that, Dad?
Why was everyone slamming their head back and forth and making their hair move?
Why do white guys have dreadlocks?
Yeah. Does it stink? Isabella, do you like any rock at all?
No.
No.
21 Pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Which is rock-ish.
Yeah.
Like Green Day? Does that count?
Yeah.
Green
Okay.
Day.
All
like
right.
Green Day?
Now we're cooking with
Matchbox
gas.
20?
Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. What else you got? What about a little Stone Temple Pilots, huh? Okay.
idea.
No Soundgarden.
Yeah, but those are all the songs you hear. Like,
What about No Doubt? Gwen Stefani.
I went to her concert.
Ah, love it.
No way, that's cool.
We're saying you're coming around.
Yeah, you're a good dad.
You're a great dad, Jay.
You didn't take me to Gwen Stefani.
Okay, you know what? You can sometimes you can hold back sentences. You can sometimes you can say more by not saying anything at all.
No, I'll cover it financially. I'm not going to sit through a Gwen Stefani concert.
Eve went, though.
Oh.
Eve went, and he didn't even go.
Hashtag yes all
how
Gwens.
about the Taylors? Did you like Taylor Swift or?
Oh,
Yeah.
you were into a Taylor Swift one? She looks like the wife of a billionaire that likes firing people.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like.
I like
she has
her.
great
I would,
tits,
if I had a
according to
daughter, I would
Webster.
take her there like 3 or 4 times a year.
If you had what?
I think she's hot. I like that Taylor.
But if you had what?
If I had a daughter, I'd have a reason so I could take her. Like, let's go see her again.
She's like, Dad, I don't like Taylor Swift. Like, well, I do.
Nate Bargatze, who you're going to go see
Carly Rae Jepsen.
who's in town, loves Taylor Swift. And he says he doesn't like music. That's a real sentence came out of Nate Bargatze's mouth.
Doesn't he love Carly Rae Jepsen, too?
He
likes Carly Rae Jepsen.
I've said this before about Nate, and I'll say it again. His musical tastes can be classified as neon bowling night at the bowling alley.
Oh yeah, Galaxy Bowling.
Bowling night.
He whatchamacallit, when he got hammered. That's a great story he has. When he got hammered at the roast,
Bieber
What's wrong
roast,
with her
at the
nose?
Bieber roast, and went up to Carly Rae Jepsen and just like he got kicked out because he was being weird to her.
We kept going up to her and kept going.
He's like,
I get it. I get it.
I mean, I know he goes. It sounds weird, I know, but I'm really a big fan.
I love it.
He kept apologizing to her for being a fan of hers, which does not probably read well.
I get it.
I know.
I went to the country. Nate and I were in Nashville doing a gig, and we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and there was a whole
Why?
Taylor. I don't know. It was actually kind of cool. I had a good time there. You could see Elvis's weird Cadillac.
But what made you think to go there?
It was during the day. We had nothing to do.
So you want to go see the history of the Rascal Flats?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a cool thing to go.
You want to go touch the Rascal Flats first stage garb?
I want Clint Black's hat. I want to see if it feels like I think it feels like. But we went and there was a whole Taylor Swift exhibit, and Nate was like, he lit up. He was like, oh. I was like, oh, shit. We got to go
Clark
there.
Griswold when he got to Wally World?
Exactly. Are you all fucked in the head? We're going to go see Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, look at these.
Oh, these are back to the offensive album titles.
But the stuff that we get rid of in this country, the offensive album covers, but all that stuff. I watched recently Cannibal Holocaust because I remember that one being changed. The
Appetite for Destruction?
Yeah, the rape by the sword monster.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty racy. I get that being a thing.
Now it's just like pictures from history, I guess.
It's all these
All
shit
Ansel
bags.
Adams pictures. Another nice scenic landscape.
Jimi Hendrix. Oh wait, Christine.
Yeah. Oh,
We were just talking.
John Lennon.
We were just talking about before off the air when you were not here, and they said to save it. But white supremacist. I said you hooked up with a white supremacist, not like the full shebang.
You had a skinhead boy.
But you had a skinhead boy.
Can you play Skinhead Boy again for us? Skinhead Boy. I forgot how it went.
Skinhead boy.
Prussian Blue. No, you learn your Prussian Blue, Jay.
She may have beat him though. I think she beat him.
So they have one called Stop Immigration.
No, it's just a picture of them.
Go ahead. Like Dave Bob.
Christine,
it's a catchy tune.
The scene is set. You and your friends are hanging out. There's a skinhead there.
We had some friends that just hung out. Like my friend was dating a guy named Lauren that was like, they were the skinhead guys in school.
He's my skinhead boy.
And they were awful. They were awful, and they really were just the worst people. But I was like 15 and fat and had just lost my virginity, and the guy broke up with me, and this guy was just I didn't even fully like realize what was going on, but we hooked up. It didn't really go beyond that.
Was it in the skater park? Was it a ramp tramp?
It was in the shadow of a. It was in the shadow of a half pipe.
There was
the
a
dark side of the skater community.
Christine was a ramp tramp.
Were you hanging out? Hey, dude, I loved your three. I don't know any of the skater terms. Dan, do you know any of those?
Hey, did you just kickflip off the curb?
Yeah, that was an excellent
finger
kickflip.
blast.
Dude, my dad has a pool. We can drain the water, and I can watch you do your shit.
Hey, sweet rail grind.
And you can finger blast me on the diving board.
Sweet rail grind. You want me to bead you off in the other room?
I'm throwing handies to anyone that can land a 1080.
He was like making jokes that his name was Adolf. Like, it was really ridiculous.
Wow.
They were really scummy people.
Why would you put your mouth on him?
I don't know.
Did you not know until your nails were digging into his iron cross?
It didn't really like the hookup was not a good one.
Because his semen tasted like Jew blood.
Didn't even get there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I wonder what storage unit he manages somewhere now. It's like one of those jobs. I can't really deal with people. So
I heard
like authority.
I heard a woman on the radio of a car driving by. It sounded like Christine.
Did you see that? Did you see that documentary on Netflix, the Welcome to Leith? That weird little town in. I want to say. Oh no, it's
South Dakota.
Maybe it's West Virginia.
Is that where the white supremacists tried to take over the town?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely
he just went into himself and was like, I like this place. And he just called all of his white supremacist buddies.
I love that.
And
yes, I love it.
Yeah, these guys, he goes, come here, man. There's so much land. You could just build a house in a day if you want and just like take over the town. And they just do.
The good people, because it was all about becoming mayor and like running the town. Like if Joker took over Gotham, that was the whole thing of like, I'm going to call in all the evil from around the world.
It's Leith, North Dakota.
Yeah, and he never backed off for a second.
But they kicked him out. The good people rose up.
Eventually,
wow.
They got him. Well, he went to jail.
Yeah,
he went to jail. But I mean, they would just like patrol around. It's a real It's a good quote. A real horror story. It's terrible. Like with these guys, they just come in and they're so. You know what it is too? The one brilliant thing about like these like. The provocative like hate speech people. Mm-hmm. One thing they know how to do, they know how to say what they want to say, get people angry, and then laugh at who's angry.
Oh, why you angry, man?
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, why don't you get out of here, you piece of shit? Nobody wants you here because you're insulting my friends and you're trying to fuck up my community. And they always walk around like, hey man, don't blame me, blame the Fifth Amendment. All that kind of shit. Like, yeah. It's like, blame the First Amendment. What are you going to do, man? And they just giggle like, I have every right to live here. And you just know it's like, this one guy's like in his house with his kids, like loading a gun every day. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm afraid because like these guys are crazy.
And this is on Netflix?
Yeah, it's great.
I saw it on Channel 13. It's really good.
I'm going to watch tonight.
It's really good.
And I'm going to listen. And I'm going to listen to Skinhead Boy. Skinhead Boy, Skinhead Boy.
And with that perfect storm, maybe you can come.
Yeah, guys, it just dribbled out a little. Mike, come in here, Mike.
I'm going for a handless.
Mike,
I'm going for a handless jack.
Look, it's happening. By the way, Vecchion's car got stolen.
No way.
No.
I didn't tell you that.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
You think he would tell me that? Was a cell phone in the car?
Well, guess what? Now there's street justice to be had.
Well, I was wondering
Mike's haircut finally pays off.
I was wondering if he stole the car and also did his gig at the Borgata in Atlantic City. That sucks. I didn't know that.
Stole his car and then delivered well-crafted jokes at the Borgata.
Yeah. Wait a second. So if this is Mike on the phone, that must mean the Mike on stage is
When did this happen? I didn't know that.
Yesterday.
I just talked to him.
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I just got home. I just landed
his Acura.
I landed from the airport.
He must be PO'd.
Yeah.
You don't want to get him mad.
Although he doesn't have to park. He doesn't have to park now.
That's what I told him.
No alternate side of the street parking for a week.
I was trying to.
Bright side it.
I was home for 15 minutes and I go, hey, you don't got to move it.
Funny how it happens while you're out of town. Interesting. Weird.
Are you saying it's a conspiracy, Attell?
It's funny. He's such a guy, though, too. It's like when he comes back from finding out it's stolen and comes back into the house, it's like there's no He wouldn't even giggle about a funny thing you'd say for hours and hours and you know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I've officially dubbed it Nostril Breathing Sunday. It's all heavy nostril breathing.
You bad, huh?
No. He wasn't. He's, by the way, he's taking this like a champ.
Yeah.
He called the police. He filed a report. He went and waited. It's been a whole ordeal.
It's a long
and
deal.
He's actually been fucking great about it. I mean, I only saw him for 20 minutes, but.
Well, he'll get no insurance money until they find it, or it's like a certain amount of months.
I don't know, man, but
I had a car stolen years ago.
Yeah.
And it was an old, talk about like the worst road car. It was like a road, like a horrible road car, and they stole it. They hotwired it. And then, like part of me was like glad, like, whoa, I got rid of that junker. Then the other part of me was like, oh, how am I going to get around that? But then the cops called me one time. They go, we found your car. It's hot wired, so it can't be turned off. It's in the middle of 8th Avenue. If you don't show up within an hour, we're going to tow it, and you're going to have to pay like $9,000 or something like that. I was like, what the? So, but that was like, welcome to New York.
Yeah,
I was like living in New York in the bad times. Now I didn't know it still happened. Like,
we found your car on the 16th floor of the Chrysler building. You got 13 minutes to get here, or else we're going to blow it up.
I remember years ago when we were doing an open mic at the Laugh House in Philly. Me and Kurt first started. I had to run in.
Yeah.
I had to go in or something. Maybe I was like featuring for or hosting or something. Either way, I had to run in, and I said to Kurt, I go, Kurt, can you park the car for me, please? He's like, yeah, no problem. So we do the show or whatever it is, 2 shows. We come out afterwards, and we're walking to the car, and he goes, oh, man, this is weird. He goes, the car was supposed to be right here. And I look up, and I'm like, there's signs everywhere that's like this particular area is like a tow-away zone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it. So then we got to call all the police to find out where it got towed to. Then it turns out didn't get towed. He parked in the tow-away spot, but somebody just stole it anyway. Then when they found it, like a month or so later in Camden, New Jersey, and you forget the things that are in there, like my joke notebooks were in there, and my first ever headshots. And they said when they found the car, my headshot was on the dashboard, like with a knife into the dashboard. I was like,
that's
holy
that's
shit!
terrifying.
I bet that's just scary. You're like, wow, what?
That's odd. We found your car, and in the back we found a bunch of headshots, and then also a voodoo curse book. So
apparently there was a bloodletting in the hatch.
Yeah, there's in the hatch.
There was a hatchback.
Oh, it was the Honda Accord.
Honda Accord hatchback.
Yes.
Kirk got it stolen for me.
Son of a bitch.
So do you think
Kirk
put the headshot like that with the knife, and then like he had it stolen?
Yeah. He was so angry. Why is he hosting this?
I don't like it.
Why is he hosting for Willie RoboCop? Washington, D.C.'s finest.
I was in
stool-humping headliner.
In St. Louis, and the manager, like we went, I was snowed in, so we went to the strip club in St. Louis, which is, a skeevy town to begin with.
Sure.
And his car got jacked, like right there. But we saw the guy stealing it. As, like, he was walking me, like, he was like, I just got to get my bag out of your car, and then I'm going to go home. You can hang, and, and like, it was like, he's the whitest guy, and it's very, like, it is super hardcore urban there.
Sure.
So, like, he's trying to do the, like, you've seen it in every movie, like, stop, that's my car! Stop!
Get out of there! Down!
Yeah. It's funny. I wonder how scary the situation has to be before you, like, don't really intervene. You just have to watch it, like when there's like a raccoon going through your guard. There's like nothing you can do. Like you just see a person going through your car, and you're like, well, I'm not going to say anything. Dude, that guy looks terrifying.
When I got robbed in Tucson, and that guy had me fucking hogtied and pistol whipped, there's not really anything you can do. He was just taking my car. I was like, yeah, it's your car now. I hope you enjoy it.
Can you not pistol whip me anymore?
That hurts.
He actually did pistol whip you.
Yeah.
Clocked you with the gun.
But it was,
here's
the head? What kind of gun was it?
Here's the best thing. It was my roommate's gun.
Oh.
He had saved money and bought a cheap gun. No. So
off the streets
at a gun show in Arizona.
Oh, he legally bought it.
Yeah, he was walking by, and he walked in, but he wanted to save money, so it was like half plastic.
Oh,
so when he hit me, I was like, "Ow!" I was gonna be like, "No, man, that didn't hurt at all."
You should have just like over scream, then just pass like.
I took a wrestling bump. And instead, or I could have done the other way.
Looking at blood that's not there on your hands, like, oh god, that's brain fluid. Is that brain fluid?
Or I could have done the opposite way, where I just act like I just stand back up. The Terminator music.
Your pistol whips don't.
Get out of my house. But he took my car, and I was like, fuck that shit. You can go ahead and take it. I got towed once in Tucson, and that was more frustrating than anything because they wouldn't let me back to my car without the registration. And I'm like, the registration's in the car. and there was just this fat woman wrangled up into a sports bra, glitter on her tits.
Yeah.
And she had a necklace that said Angel on it.
Aww.
And she was like, I'm not letting you back there. You need your registration. I was like, my registration's in the car. And she's like,
oh, that's pretty convenient now, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piece of trash.
I've been told that that's the biggest racket here in New York, man, is those fucking marshals. Garbage people.
Just towing everybody?
Terrible, terrible people. They go around and they try to find a car that has, like, tickets, unpaid tickets on it. They swipe it, and it's a third-party thing.
Yeah. So wait, so you have to pay the third party?
No, it's a third-party thing, so you have to pay extra. You have to pay your shit back to the state for the tickets, but then you have to go pay the marshal.
Yeah.
And you have to pay the fucking, like, the tow fees and all that. It's crazy.
Would you, like being towed is the worst, but would you, like, let's say you're illegally parked and the cop is writing the ticket, would you make a choice like you earlier said, like, would you say, like, listen, we're either going to give you this ticket and tow your car, or else I'll get to pistol whip you with a subpar gun for a couple, like 3 swipes.
Here's how you can go. This can go one of 2 ways. I'm either going to cost you $500, or you got to take a lump on the noggin from this fucking shit pistol.
Because it would probably help them out too. They get a little anger,
and then they go, they always take the pistol. that's like the training for the police officer.
Yeah.
No one ever takes the tow.
It's funny.
What a day I had, honey. What's that lump on one side of your head? Well,
don't be a hero.
But the Taurus is in the driveway. That's all that matters.
Do you like the heroic stories? There was a comic. I don't know if he's around anymore. He was a great dude. Mike DiNicola. Remember Mike DiNicola?
Yes.
I did a couple road gigs with him, like colleges or something, and he was great because he was like he's another guy that has like that college, high school wrestler attitude. So
like a one Vecchio?
But Vecchio doesn't have this so much. He doesn't have too many like hero stories. But I remember Mike DiNicola, the whole ride, it was every story had a part of it where he informs the guy who's the protagonist of the situation or the antagonist of the situation.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy. Always at a point where he gives him the opportunity. He goes, how do you want, how do you want your night to go, man? You want to go home? You want to go home just normal and safe, huh? You want to go to the hospital? Yeah, he said he had every story. Somebody goes, so of course, this is the point of the situation where I got to step in and say, hey, buddy, how do you want your night to go? Every time.
Yeah, if you had a Cockney accent, you've got one of 2 choices. You can either keep your bones, or I can break them.
I can pulverize them till you shit out your bones.
This guy just tells you stories that are Jason Statham movies. So I'm a transporter, and I've got to get things across the country.
A man gave me a pill that if if my heart slows down,
all of this guy's stories in a Jason Statham,
I will die.
Yeah.
Does he ever have like a transport that like just like smooth?
Yeah,
like I'm here early. Yeah, I guess I'll just hang out.
Actually, I had a nice sandwich. I dropped it off. I did a little walking around. I found a nice cottage. I think I'm going to take my girlfriend there next week. Have some brunch. I found a coffee spot to die for. Oh, they've got an Eggs Benedict. I don't know what they use, but I love it. It was hollandaise, but something was in it. Transporter 4, the smooth transition. I picked it up early. They happened just to be there. That worked out nice. I picked it up, took it there. Everything worked out great. 15-minute movie. $1,000 tip. Good day. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Also, guess what? Didn't get a parking ticket, and I was inside for 15 minutes. I mean, they could have got me. They could have even booted the car, but they didn't. The sun shines on a dog's ass.
Those movies are so important because that accent for a while I thought was like we were never gonna have to hear that accent again. Yeah. And then they came back and I was like, oh good. Oh, here they prepared us for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it was the buffer. That was the blowjob for Game of Thrones.
I know we've talked about this on the show before, but it really is. I can't get like a British show or a British movie.
Jay is a xenophobe.
It's hard. Let's ask your daughter. Do you watch Game of Thrones or does your dad let you?
You can watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're doing all right. You have cable, right?
Dragons and tits.
Oh, dude, this is so funny. Izabella, it's like you're at a custody hearing right now. Like, do you want to live with dad or mom? She's like, dad.
That show's probably for kids to, like, a lot of sad old people.
So, yeah, to learn.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones is, history for children. And childhood for old people.
Are you afraid of your father? I'm like, Izabella, you better not tell him you're afraid of me, or I'll beat the shit out of you.
Well, the Harry Potter thing, Jay, did you have to go see all those movies with her? The Harry Potter movies?
Harry Potter. We saw a couple. I saw a couple with her for sure. She never really was too into Harry Potter, though. Were you, Izabella? You never really cared about that.
No.
Well,
she
don't believe in magic.
I did get her watching pretty adult movies, pretty young, not adult films.
Izabella, what was your favorite movie as a child?
Oh, it was probably some kid movie. She did watch the kid movies, but with me, like we watched like Child's Play pretty young for her.
Okay.
Like horror movies, I would take her to see pretty young. And she's pretty desensitized to it, I gotta say. Like, I still don't sleep with the lights off in a hotel room. Like, I don't.
Like, all night?
All night.
I had a crazy one. I don't,
and she's not afraid of the dark or being in a room by herself, the door closed.
Wait, you're in a hotel because you don't know where things are, or because of
the spirits?
Really? Yeah, really, just because of the evil that's under the couch.
No, but I'm going to say one thing. Since you're a smoker, like we both have to get up at like 4 a.m. I'm out pretty much in front of I'm actually protecting the hotel all night long. I'm like there, like
you really should get on the clock.
You do. And I love your hat. It is almost like head security guard.
I come out, and I always come in out of the shadows. Like the kids are like, they come home with the pizza from the club. It's like, woo, the party's just getting started. And then you see this sad relic coming at them. They're like, okay, just let's go up and read the Bible, I guess. I don't know.
But it is so true. When I go on the road with you all the time, that was the best I knew. If it was like 4 a.m, I'm like, damn it, I can't sleep. I'm going to go outside and smoke a cigarette. I'm sure Dave's out there. He is. I'm like, did you ever eat that food we got? He was like, no.
But, I like when you come out so many times, like for some reason you just keep smoking and you go back up and then you come back out, that you've run out of like fake things to tell the night desk person. Like, yeah, well, tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy, and it's like at that point none of you like care. Like you're like, we both made horrible choices.
You guys are doing this thing where you hold up, you gotta go, gotta knock these things off soon, huh? Sooner or later, I'm gonna stop these things.
By the 5th one, he just doesn't even look up. He just like.
Yeah.
He's still typing.
You're gonna give something to do. You gotta go over to that little marketplace and be like, "Can you put these Cheez-Its on my room?"
Yeah, the Twix and the Aquafina.
316.
Yeah, 1008. I'll be right back. Dude, that reminded me though. You said you sleep with the lights on. In Fort Worth was staying at the Hyatt. I was working the Hyenas, and at the Hyatt. About 3:45 in the morning, all of a sudden my phone on the other side of my bed is on the speakerphone.
Oh, no.
I woke up and it was just like, meh, 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 and it was like the speakerphone, and I couldn't sleep. I was just freaked the fuck out for the rest of the night.
Last night, I went.
You were in my room!
I was in your room on speakerphone.
Yeah.
No, last night, Christine fell asleep on the couch. And I was like, ooh, I'll take this great opportunity to go and bed myself and really stretch out.
You bring the couch out into the street?
She was sleeping fine. So I go in the bed and I watch, and I've been starting this horror movie, Apartment 143, for this tomorrow, last night I should say, would have been about the 15th time I've turned this thing on. And I'm into it, but I just keep falling asleep on it. It's always like the last thing I put on, I just nod off. So I'm like 15 minutes in, then 20 minutes in, then I always go back. So last night I start falling asleep, but I'm like in and out with like 15 minutes left of the movie, and then I guess I just went like completely asleep.
Yeah.
But all I sort of remember is closing my eyes, and then but then you start to get that half awake feeling again, where you're like, oh, am I doing it again? And I open my eyes, and it was just. The movie was over, and it was like, what was going to come up next? It was the movie Dead Silence.
Yeah.
But this big TV I have in my room, it was just, the whole thing was like a face of like a puppet. Dead Silence is about a puppet, and it's just smiling, like in a tuxedo, like a puppet. And I woke up, and I really did that one. I was like, oh, I should finish. Oh, God! and then I'm telling you, this is still, as a 38-year-old man, I'm shuffling and fumbling with the remote.
Yeah, you don't want to see it in your head.
I want to get... I'm just rushing. I'm rushing to hit back to go, because right away on Netflix I always have American Dads, just kind of ready to go.
Yeah, you want the fun stuff to stop you.
I just click on American Dad, and as soon as I just hear the voices of American Dad, I can just flip back over. But I mean, I was rattled by that face. I get scared. It's the most bizarre. I'll run upstairs at night.
But in hotels, what I was going to say earlier is that in hotels late at night, like when you're the only guy walking around, like that shining hallway shot where you're just like walking, and it's like any minute something's going to come out.
Yeah.
But then there's also the sounds of the hotel. I'm not talking like people, SEXing in their room. It's just weird, like groans and like weird sounds in hotels, and you're like, "Is this haunted? Like, am I in the haunted room?" Because they always give the comic the worst room in the hotel, like
always.
Right by the elevator where, I'm sorry, the air conditioning sprays.
It's crazy.
You're gonna see like a shoot of spray come out at you.
This was built in 1910, and that was the burning little boys' room.
Yeah, exactly.
So you sleep in the burning. Well, the most afraid I've ever been in a hotel was. Working Helium in Philadelphia, where Dave Attell will be this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Friday, September 2nd through Sunday, September 4th. Go to daveattell.com for tickets. But I was in the hotel working Helium in Philly, and I fell asleep watching TV, and I woke up, turned off the TV, put it down, and then I rolled over on the remote. The TV turned back on, and I was still asleep. And then my elbow started jamming into the remote, and it started changing channels. So that changed channels, but then what it changed to was the Real Housewives of Miami, and it was a fight.
Oh.
And it scared the shit out of me. I woke up like, and they're like, fuck you, Denise. You don't know me. And they're like throwing bottles, and I'm like, what's happening? It was the most afraid of, like, I turned off the TV, and I was still smoking at the time, and I had to, like, go outside and be like, it's okay.
I've made the decision almost to not smoke sometimes, because if I got, like, San Fran, that punchline, will put you up at the club quarters.
Yeah,
and
I told you that. I took a THC pill and lost my mind in that.
Yeah. But they'll do, like, that's a hotel, like the elevators. You have to walk down 3 hallways to get to your room.
Yeah, you go boom, boom, and around.
And it's anything like that, almost like they were just watching a clip from The Shining here. But, like, when those hallways, they have, like, it's like just like zigzag. Like, the carpets are always so eerie and shit. And you're just walking back, and you're like, it's just so, like,
too much.
A moment in time. In Greenville, South Carolina, the hotel asked me, they came in, it was hot as shit there, and I had the AC on.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the day, the guy started pounding on my door, the maintenance guy, and I go, yeah, he goes, because I had to check your AC. I go, it's working fine. It's fine. He goes, yeah, he goes, but they're complaining downstairs, like yours is like dripping onto their thing. I go, okay, fine. He comes over and he like takes the thing off. Takes the thing off, and he says, he goes, would you mind leaving it off for a while? So I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm like, what are you, fucking nuts?
South Carolina.
It's just like the idea that you goes, hey, could you be uncomfortable for a while? They're complaining about a drip. I'm like, move their room.
Yeah. Well, Jay, I hate to stop here. But The Shining. What?
The video in the hotel where, like, the ghost leaves the room.
Those are always faked. You dumb
Wait,
idiot.
let's see it.
There's, like...
Is there a video of a ghost turning on a speakerphone? Because then I'll probably go shit and cry at the same time.
No.
But I sleep with TV on every night. I can't sleep without it. I'm baffled that you don't have a TV in your bedroom. That blows my mind.
This is the scary stuff.
The following footage was recorded on hotel security September 4th, 2003. It has not been edited. You should be in number 203. John, do you copy? It's room 209.
Is this a paranormal witness or paranormal?
And there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Also, could you pick me up some Dippin' Dots from down in the store, or some of those dips, those Nestle dips, nips?
This is going to creep me out already. I kind of look like that guy.
Yeah, it looks like Dave coming back from a cigarette.
It looks like a worked out me.
So this is a video of apparently a haunting in a hotel, and I'm glad that I'm off the road for 2 weeks after this. No, if he gets sucked through the door, fuck this shit. At the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram.
This is always fake.
This is always fake?
Yeah.
This is from 2003.
This is perfect.
Now they're calling the police because they're screaming?
I would wait for the police, John.
No, I will not wait for the police.
Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on.
No, I would never do that. John, you're dumb. John, the door's going to shut.
Yeah, but John, why doesn't John turn the lights on?
Oh, there it is. Right? Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Or was it a bunch of pot smoke from the MTV Music Award?
Kanye West's video. There it is. The ghost leaves. Is that it?
I just have no...
Oh, then it flickers?
Now he's got to do his other job where he masturbates into the conditioner. The free conditioner.
Guys, the body lotion's half full. I got to jizz real quick.
You know the best...
I've got to take it out on people. My life sucks.
One of my favorite hotel stories ever, and it's so great because it's so... telling. Kurt Metzger has been on the show several times now. Everybody knows Kurt. He's so brilliant, like such a smart, like well-read guy. And just dumb about the weirdest things. And him and Nate were on the road together one time. You know the story, Dan?
Yeah.
Him and Nate were on the road together.
Oh, yes, I do.
It's one of the funniest things ever. And he goes, He goes, Nate, he goes, this thing says conditioner here, this little bottle. He goes, is that like lotion, like body lotion? And Nate just goes, it was such a ridiculous question. Nate just goes, yeah, buddy. He goes, it's conditioner for your skin. And Kurt goes, oh, great. And Kurt just rubs hair conditioner all over his body. And then has to go jump in the shower again to realize that it doesn't work at all.
That it just doesn't cut off.
We should stop watching ghost sightings because they're all fake. There's always a video debunking every one of them.
Let's switch over to beheadings.
Yeah,
let's bring it up a notch.
Those are real. The real ghost stories.
At least those are real.
Let's take our final break real quick. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire with Dave Attell.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
These new videos, social activism.
It looks like a really bad tourism video for New Orleans. You're like, are you promoting tourists? It's the Bonfire. Sirius XM 95 Comedy Central Radio. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. Dave Attell with us the whole show. And Jay's daughter Izabella picking out the music. That was Beyonce's Formation.
It still is.
Still is.
What does it mean?
It means get your cracker ass to Helium in Philadelphia this Friday, September 2nd through Sunday, September 4th. Go check out Dave Attell at Helium in Philly for tickets. And other tour dates, go to daveattell.com. And check out Big J on the Oddball Comedy Festival this year. This week you can catch him in Chicago and Detroit. Go to get tickets at oddballfest.com. And, of course, pick up his special live at Webster Hall. And then, I'm sorry, if you're in Seattle, I will no longer be at Bumbershoot.
Your news is just bad news?
This is bad news. But
I'm not going to be anywhere.
I don't care.
But it doesn't matter. If you're missing him that much, you could always pick up his special, not special, available on iTunes and several other digital platforms.
I am right under the air conditioning.
Is that bad?
They have it fucking kicking.
Yeah, crank it. Do not change that.
Do not change it. No, it's
cool.
cool.
It is hot in those hallways.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just do a whole thing where I sound overexcited.
Why do you have frail black kid energy right now? Why so cold in here?
Black kid getting out of the pool.
Why so cold in here? It's too cold in here.
Less skinny friends.
She got in a bunch of shit, Beyonce, for these videos, right? Because it's like, is it another it's like, white people don't care about black people in floods.
Well, SNL did that great sketch the day Beyonce became black because of this video, which was actually a great sketch.
Yeah.
And then, all the white women are like, Beyonce is black?
I don't know, man. The social, again, that was sort of the problem with the Prophets of Rage to me. It's like he holds up a sign at one point that says nobody for president and all this stuff. And
wow.
Just the social nonsense of it all. So much dumb complaining. So much dumb complaining going on.
That's why
I want to talk to you, Soder. We never got into this, but I thought, did you hear about this at all, Dave? Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback for the 49ers.
Oh, right.
He wouldn't stand
for the American.
Yeah, I saw that.
For the preseason game against the Green Bay Packers.
And his reason, bring up his quote. His quote was,
he doesn't stand for a country that oppresses black people.
Right.
He said he doesn't want to stand up for a flag, for a country. This is obviously just what I read. I'm not quoting.
It's like he's a fucking gazillionaire.
Is he rich? Is he really rich?
Yeah, he signed a $121 million contract with the Niners 3 years ago.
So it's like, stand the fuck up for the goddamn thing.
I didn't know you guys were such super patriots.
Here's the thing. I'm almost of the thing of
no, because I agree with you that you should at least stand for the flag.
Well,
but
stand for the flag.
This country's afforded him the opportunity is why he's able to make that much money.
Well, I remember when I was growing up, a point guard for the Denver Nuggets, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, would look into his hands during the national anthem.
Oh, really?
Where he would do a Muslim prayer during the national anthem, and he caught a ton of shit in Denver. This was like 93.
Oh, yeah.
He caught a ton of shit for that, but it was almost like he did his own protest, but he still stood. Like he stood in the line. Here's the thing with Kaepernick. It's his First Amendment right. If he wants to, he's allowed to do that. I don't think he should be forced to do that. If he wants to do that, he's going to catch all the public shit. He should know that he's just going to be beaten publicly.
But why is
I don't think he's being beaten by it.
Well, they're like, they're like burning his jersey. They're like,
are they?
Yeah, they're going like.
Why should? But why is he? Why him? Why is he the person who wants to take this stupid fucking step?
Here's the
He
thing.
sees himself as the, you know.
But here's the thing, as a 49er fan,
idol,
if it was
model.
Torrey Smith, or if it was like a guy that's like really good, then it's like when Muhammad Ali stands up, you're like, oh, maybe there's some but when it's a guy that's falling down the depth chart, you're kind of like, are you just mad that you're not playing? Or
Even with, look, you know, no one loves Iverson more than me, but when that news came out, again, he says it wasn't even true, but when the first news was like, he kicked his wife out of the house butt naked. Do you remember that story?
No.
He kicked her out of the house butt naked. So he said, and you hear that, or, you know, they found him with guns in his car and all that kind of shit. My thing wouldn't be like, he's Allen Iverson, let him do whatever he wants. It really would be like, oh, dude, why are you fucking up when you have all this great opportunity? And I love him. He's my favorite athlete ever.
Here's the whole thing about Colin Kaepernick. As a diehard San Francisco 49er fan, I've kind of watched him fuck up a couple times that I didn't even know this quote. I watched the game. And then they brought up the picture, and I was like, oh, I thought, I was mad at him for sitting down, because I thought he was pissed about not playing. But I'm like, you're a dick.
He's half black, right?
Yeah, he's
so
half black.
He should have just kind of
raised by
half sat down.
He should have kneeled.
Yeah,
one knee.
And crouching.
Crouching, yeah. Colin Kaepernick crouches during national anthem. Well, he was adopted by a white family.
But how does it make for the other guys on the team feel, which is like, yeah, I'm for the country that oppressed, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes it like...
If you're one of his teammates, you're like, so what does that make us? Does that make us fucking...
It must have been really awkward at the Red Lobster victory dinner.
Oh, they lost. So there was no Red Lobster. There was no cheese biscuits.
What's weird, they still celebrate. They don't give a shit.
Hey, they lost.
I went to an Eagles after party after a loss. They don't care.
Okay.
They don't care.
They don't care. I cared more than anybody in that room that they lost, that they were out of the playoffs from that game.
I remember
they
we
were
went
there
to that
trying
game.
to pick up bitches and shit. They didn't care at all.
Didn't Nate's dad get you tickets?
Yes, he did. That's when we met the guy who's on Kicking Ass on America's Got Talent now, the magician, long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
But the American flag burning, I thought that was the Middle East. You know, I don't think we were doing that.
But this thing with the guy with Colin Kaepernick, like bailing, you know what it is? Again, I'm never that emotional about the national anthem or the flag. I'm not very emotional about it.
I can get emotional.
I always do it. I say, yeah, but you know what will make me emotional? And this happened. So last night at that Prophets of Rage show, the DJ plays before the band comes out. He plays Jimi Hendrix national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, and everyone stood and respected it. However, when I see guys, there's a lot of, and you just assume they're military guys. I assume some degree, but guys that actually did the thing because it's an arena. It was Barclays Center. So there's the flag is hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys turned away from the stage to face the flag and actually do the whole
they salute it.
I see that at football games all the time. Some people really give a shit about that, and it almost makes me feel like, oh, maybe I should give a little more of a shit. Thank God I don't live in a fucking Serbia or some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? And so as I'm saying, so Colin Kaepernick, who's the quintessential example of a guy who this country has worked out fantastic,
right?
For him, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Oppresses black people. It's get the fuck out of here.
I think it's this wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. Or is that what you're
at that point, I was I don't know. It's I mean, if you're gonna do something, have more of a point by being I'll boycott a police officer's fucking funeral because you think the police are murdering black people at an alarming rate.
He joins
guys are role models.
To turn on the country, to turn on I don't respect this country.
It'd be funny if
give
he
your money back.
If he went all the way and joined the Westboro Baptist Church. And he's turns out Kaepernick's also protesting gay Marines' funerals, and he's throwing paint on people who wear fur coats.
There has never been a bad documentary about the Westboro Baptist.
You know
Church.
what's so funny about that though?
How many members do they have now? They're down to 3 members, right?
Yeah, pretty low.
The leader died.
They're going strong. They're a tag team in the WWE now.
I think it's one daughter and her boyfriend. I don't know.
She's like, "Do you believe it?" He's like, "I believe it if she'll fuck me." Second, she won't on a love fest.
Those documentaries with those kids, when the kids that were the Westboro Baptist Church kids would get shit thrown at them too by drive by people throwing sodas at them.
Oh, that really fucking makes it better.
And the kids they don't understand.
Yeah, they're
I felt so bad for the kids.
They're because the kids are. By the way, they're saying all the same racist shit, but with such a confused tone of Isn't this what we're supposed to do and say?
Yeah, and the parents are like,
why did that man just throw? That's a white guy. Why did he just throw
full Schweppes at me?
Yeah.
Every home is different. In my house, we ate dessert before supper. Here, these people are drop dead racist.
Mine, we always put placemats down before anything was served. You know what it is? Back to the Kaepernick thing, though, is as a fan and as someone who's followed the 49ers for a long time, he's not a political guy. So this comes out of nowhere.
Well, that's another thing. Like,
so it's like it's almost like, are you doing it for attention?
Yeah,
because you're not a political guy. In fact, I remember one time going to a 49er game and talking to someone that works in the organization, and they were like, he's too obsessed with Instagram hoes. And I went to his Instagram, and all he followed were butt models that we talked about.
You think a butt model told him? She goes, if you don't stand up for the national anthem, I'll suck your dick.
Guess what? This butt don't jiggle if you put your hand over your heart for the national anthem. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to. I think he already has a bad rap.
Do you think he's going to commit to this?
No.
You think next game he stands up?
Yeah, of course.
Well, most people America.
And if he does, it'll go a couple weeks.
People need to travel a little bit more. Like when you said Serbia and stuff like that, people should go to these other countries, and then they kind of it would kind of diffuse some of this, because we live in a bubble and we live in this world of we all hate each other. But honestly, you go to a place where you order a pizza and they have no idea what you're ordering, and then they say they're going to show up, and then two guys show up and steal your car or something,
or take your daughter.
Yeah, some kind of thing like that, where you're like, whoa, I guess it's not so bad in America. That's the whole thing. It's I think people don't really the perspective.
If they go to Brazil and they realize that kidnappings are real things and not just a Liam Neeson movie.
Dude, the bands that I toured with, told me flat out, they go, talk about corrupt play. If you fly to Russia as a band, they see you coming with all the equipment and stuff. They go, you be prepared to give $20,000 to the guys at the border, because they're not going to let you. They'll just fuck with you.
You'll have to buy your equipment back.
They'll just say, yeah. They'll go, yeah. We got to run the stuff through customs. You're not going to get out of here, and you got to give them $20,000. And then they just go, yeah, all right, go ahead, go.
And I'm proud to be an American.
You know what's weird too?
Or at least my quarterbacks can see it.
Well, that's funny that it's the one sport where there's only two places where they play it, Canada and America.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
If he was in soccer, then he'd be like, I can lose America. I have so many other countries.
I'm going to go play for FC Barcelona. This one, he's like, looks like I'm going to be a Edmonton Eskimo next season. Which actually probably might be Colin Kaepernick's career path if they don't fucking...
Just dial him back to the CFL.
He's got dead arm. He played a little bit yesterday, but...
That would get the most attention if he said, I'm going to play, I'm going to do everything, but I'm not going to take the money of you, whatever.
That's something.
That would be really... He goes, I'm going to donate it all to,
Black Lives Matter.
Something like that, yeah.
Or
and goes,
defense fund for...
Yeah, whatever it is.
He's like, I'm going to take my yearly pay and buy 7 billion Black Lives Matter T-shirts.
Yeah. And then
I'm going to buy the Oscar factory, and I'm going to make it look more urban, and I'm going to drop them all over Baltimore, and everyone's going to feel... if he did something like that, then people are like, wow.
This guy,
he's not going to take the money? Then people would be like, we better listen to him.
And adopted by a white family, it's even more of a thing where it's what's your tie to this, that you're having this
Well, I bet you could find an old Super Bowl package where it shows from Super Bowl 47 where it shows Colin Kaepernick and his super lily white brother. And he's like, I just love Colin. We got him when I was 10 and we're just together here. And it's like
his Ted.
Yeah. We picked him up.
He came to life.
And all of a sudden he had a cannon arm. And he could fly, he could throw on the run. It was pretty amazing.
It's just I don't know, man. I don't get that. I really was pretty appalled by it, and I'm far from a toting
super patriot,
high horse patriot. Yeah,
I was more like a dejected inner city principal, where I was kind of Colin, what are you doing?
Just like there's people outside of the concert yesterday because of it being that
Chance the Rapper,
that of it being prophets of rage type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a people outside with a whole pro-communism. We need to the people in this country need to overthrow the government. We need to rise up and again. It's what do you think is fucking happening here? The over-exaggeration of people's concerns of who's going to become president.
Do you think that's
it's the world's going to spin the same fucking... America's going to be pretty much the same.
Our secret prisons will be fully operational regardless.
But, you get what I'm saying? But even take the conspiracy out of it. Just the fact that, our country is just... With all that, there's corruption in politics in every single nation.
Right.
But here,
sometimes I actually admire the transparency and African warlords.
But you know, but I'm saying with all even with all
focus they have,
even with all the shit. As I said, the Rev.com.
Through those mirrored sunglasses.
Even with all the shit going with the corruption in politics here in America, when there's corruption in politics anywhere, aren't you happy that when there's corruption in politics here, at the end of the day, you're still in America? You can still,
right.
Go to sleep. You not worry about a soldier kicking in your thing and taking your daughter.
Well, the one thing, because I was, I'm old, so I watch CNN. You ever get in one of those, you're watching CNN all day long, and it's first Hillary speaks, and then Trump has to respond, and then she responds. So it was one of these things where it's Trump's we're gonna, I think he was in West Virginia, and he's talking about the coal miners, and he's we're gonna create jobs, and we're gonna, or no, I think it was Hillary, actually, he goes, we're gonna create jobs, and you guys are gonna go back in the coal mines, and you can hear this weak, yay, nobody wants to go in a coal mine.
I thought you were gonna bring more rental car units, so I could be a manager of a.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm gonna
always
make sure you guys can get black lung the rest of your
it's these
lives.
jobs. Nobody wants to do jobs. Nobody wants. That's why Powerball is so big in the country. Nobody wants to work. And the people who have the greatest jobs, everybody thinks that they're experts in everything. They're not.
Yeah.
It's just because you at the MTV Award, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of things about what's wrong with Americans.
Guys, how do we fix one of the most complicated systems of democracy ever?
Fat Joe, take it away. How do we fix America?
Fat Joe, what's with the cap and trade policy?
Do you think China? Do you think we should keep liens on China? Ashanti has just shown up. Ashanti, what do you think of de-arming Syrian rebels?
That is such a fantastic, maybe one of my favorite Dave Chappelle jokes of all time. When he does, when 9/11 happened, he was just frazzled by the whole thing and just sitting in his house all day, and he turned on TV and they were there goes, so the Tower 7 just fell, and he goes, the country's in upheaval. He goes, we have a Ja Rule in the phone. He's like, Ja Rule? he goes, I'm scared. It's as a nation, he goes, I may have some questions that Ja Rule doesn't have the answers to. And he goes, nothing in his life has he ever been crying. He goes, oh man, he goes, please, somebody get Ja Rule to make sense of all of this.
But that's kind of where we're at in the celebrity worship culture we live in now. Now people are lofting major questions to celebrities that really have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
But the celebrities seem to step up thinking they do know.
Well, you know why? Because they're
most
insulated by yes men all the time. So then whenever they're I got a theory on this, they're yeah, you should say that.
Sometimes they do it, man. Celebrities got those fucking West Memphis 3 dudes out of jail.
Yeah, but those guys did the research and they hired lawyers.
They weren't there in the library.
That kid was going to get executed.
Yeah, but you understand that it's that's an outlier case. I'm talking about where they're just on the red carpet and they're just firing political questions at people. They're you played a mannequin who came to life. And she's like, I did. What do you think of Chechnyan rebels? And she's like, I think guns.
But really, an idiot like an Amber Rose, really, they have.
My pussy be clapping away on terrorists.
But they do say shit like that. You know what I mean? It's it's terrorists. He goes, terrorists is bad. We should get rid of all of them. He goes, but that one was cute though, right?
That one that blew up them people in Boston was cute, even though I'm pretty sure that was a conspiracy theory and they were on the FBI payroll for 17 months before that. He cute though. I be reading up a lot of shit.
That's why I was.
Is that Little Kim?
No. Little Kim looks strange.
Little Kim's free. She's not the same person anymore. That might be Little Kim.
I was wondering how sensitive, the music awards. I'm sure they must have some kind of what?
That's Beyonce.
Oh my God!
She must be a designer.
She didn't get the makeup chair yet. Who the fuck is that? Hey, young man.
Is this bad grandma? What is it?
We gotta put this on. Young man.
I want to watch you urinate first.
I won't stand for a flag of a country that that puts down black people.
We're watching the red carpet of the MTV Movie Awards, or Music Awards. They're all in the background. And
Phyllis Dillers up for Fluffer of the Year.
Yeah.
That's got to be somebody dressed.
Young man.
I want to watch them kiss.
And I swear to you, the fruity dude is taking over the man.
Oh, dude, I got to say this, man. On the subway ride here.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
I saw a lot of high shorts. I apologize. There's no way I could ever do that.
It's bad.
It's bad.
For guys?
Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there wearing very high shorts.
I went to the Soho House today. How many many men were wearing, like, that pool upstairs? I went to smoke a cigarette up there, and there was, like, every dude had on either, like, the French cut, like, bikini bathing suit, or like very stylish, like half-thigh bathing suits.
Go on.
Yeah, but it was really like
boys,
what?
girls. How many hot chicks were at the Soho House though?
So many.
Oh my! What were you doing there?
Much.
Big power deal?
Had brunch.
Ooh.
No, I took Izabella and Carla and Christina. We went to brunch with Wayne and Ray, and then of course we leave there. You bring Wayne and Ray to anything, which I love. Wayne's in a fight. He's arguing about something not going well, and then Ray says everyone's racist, and then we get. He was like, "All right, I guess we should go."
So we should probably.
So I've been there twice, and every time that one smoking area we can go.
Yeah, upstairs. But
I'm always blundering into like a guy English, like half English story. So I say,
I was over there for holiday, and
but the guy is English, so he's an English guy who lives in New York, but it's his story.
About London time.
But I think it's really more about like announcing I'm English.
Yeah, I was transporting again.
No, you never meet an English guy like that. It's always the high end, the
is this lift going up or down?
Yeah, the BBC One type. Yeah, the news guy.
The Queen likes to go there on holiday, as opposed to I've got a BMW loaded with heroin.
I love that voice.
I've got to get it. I've got to get it to Detroit.
That's the roof. There's the roof right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, there was a lot of hot box.
Yeah, Matt Classy and shit.
Yeah, if any girl on that roof had pubes, I'd have seen a bunch.
No, they were in like those tiny bikinis.
Oh boy, yeah, there was some niceys. I'll never swim at that pool. There's not that would be fucking chance.
Can we buy old-timey one-piece bathing suits and go swim there?
Like strongmen from the 20s?
Yeah, like literally male
one
bathing
straps?
Suits.
Like one straps?
Hello, gals. Don't mind if I take a dip?
Let's put our swim caps on.
That'd be cool if you were rich enough that you could, you can go up there and, have your swim, but you pay everyone to look the other way. Don't look at me.
Your butler goes around with money.
Yeah.
Mr. Soda.
Here's $100 to just look out.
Mr. Soda will be doing a lap. When he swims back, you may look at the pool, not him.
I want to come out in the Rodney Dangerfield back to school.
I'm going to do the triple Lindy. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this.
Cannonball, you rich queefs.
Everybody, put your hand over your drink. I'm about to do a cannonball.
That's like one of the few movies where they have to bleep the setups. Because everything ends with quack.
You know what they say about a Jewish doctor. I want to see. You should have snapped some photos.
I bet you they have a no photo policy.
I'll tell you what we will have. Rob Mayu will send it to me. Is I will definitely have video of the guy who I said I've never seen enjoy something as much as he was enjoying that concert last night. We do have video of him.
You have the video of the guy taking his shirt off?
Wailing.
He's a hero.
He was going for it. He is a hero.
I need a hero.
Soho House really is very, very pish posh. Not my scene at all.
Good food? Don't you have to have a membership to get there?
I thought you're a member.
I have a membership, yeah.
You have a membership to Soho House?
Yeah.
This is your American not sitting down.
How dare you not stand for the common man?
I would definitely stand up for the
What do you do with a membership there?
We went to brunch today, and then I looked at a pool that I'll never go in.
Wow, you're like a sad millionaire. All of this is
Don't they have a Fugs can swim? Great. All right, all you monsters. All you monsters in the pool.
From 5 to 6 p.m. is Fug Swim.
Guys, it's time for swamp swim.
All right, models and the twinks that brought them here, get away. There's going to be some ugly looking people.
All you pretty people go into the cocaine room.
Yeah, go to the cocaine cabana.
Here comes all the body fat. Put all the body fat in the pool.
Put a towel over your head quickly. They're coming up.
I feel like it really is. It's like actors, actresses, and singers get out, and all producers, directors, whatever, come in. But that's what it is. That's the difference right there.
Everybody that looks like they might work grip gets to swim.
The people who really need a swim.
There was some amazing fucking bodies there, man.
You got to take me there so I can look at all the.
You gotta look at bang.
I want to go there on a Sunday and just wear my fucking jean shorts and a fucking tear off shirt.
Let's go next Sunday for brunch.
Done, bro.
Let's do it.
I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm not going to be at Bumbershoot in Seattle. So
Well, I believe if God willing, Oddball Tour happens this weekend.
then you can go get tickets at oddballfest.com and check out Big J this Friday in Chicago and Detroit.
Yeah, I don't believe I'm doing Toronto.
Who's on the show? Can you tell everybody like who's on it? Maybe this would help promote
Sebastian.
it.
Sebastian Maniscalco. Hannibal Barris is on that one.
Brian Regan.
Weekend. This weekend. You go to this weekend. Let's see. I'll tell people who's on.
Gabriel Iglesias.
You go up top to the menu and it'll give where it says dates.
Hold
Are you allowed to talk about this? Because I think it would be good to see who's on it.
So, yeah, this weekend, every show is going to be Sebastian, Brian Regan, John Mulaney are the three mains. And then we have Cameron Esposito, Donnell Rawlings, Eliza Schlesinger, Tom Segura, Tony Hinchcliffe, Jeff Ross, and me.
That's a lot of show. That sounds like a great ticket.
It's a great ticket.
So go to oddballfest.com and get tickets. And if you're in Philadelphia, go check out Dave Attell at Helium this Friday through Sunday.
I love that. I love that club, and that city is. I'd have to say it's in my top 10 of comedy cities.
Yeah,
it's just great crowds.
It is great.
It's
great
unbelievable.
The crowds there are like you can. They really love when you push it. And
that's why I
like
taped my special there because
yeah,
it was like
it's the place
fucking.
to do it.
They're not offended. They
At all.
are. Yeah, it's a big market. It's a big market for the show.
And I love Helium.
For this show, Helium, they treat you right.
I'm talking about the gas. I'm a big fan of the lighter than air gas.
Hi, everybody. Hey, it's the Helium Dad.
We keep going back to these little fruitcakes.
I like how they all kind of look like they don't want to be taking pictures of. When isn't that like why
Yeah.
I did not become Madrid.
Who are these people? Isabella, who are these people?
I did not become
He's an actor.
A DJ for
Isabella, who are these people?
The guy before was a gay YouTuber.
Oh, really? An internet sensation.
By the way, that sounds like a good slanderous term for us. Like, what are you, a gay YouTuber?
That
and that
girl's
guy's
on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, of course.
Oh, is she
Royalty.
the love part or the hip hop part?
Don't get her started.
Oh, Isabella, is her hair real?
No.
Okay, that would take a long
And
time.
who is that weird Make-A-Wish looking?
That's the gay YouTuber.
Oh, sorry.
Who are these children?
that's their parents.
This is Steven Seagal and his third wife, Marie.
This is Kat Seagal. Don't mess with her, I'll break
I love these unaffected kids too. Who goes, this is my life.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
I was supposed to be watching a movie with my best friend, but now we're at the stupid award show.
I hate Lear jets. I hate them.
I have to do a step and repeat when I really wanted to play in my sandbox.
It really is like a. What are these?
Who
things?
are those?
I like
people?
it. That guy's probably like, you know him. He's the national salesman for Jose Cuervo. Like some guy like really big money.
Or super dangerous. He's a financier from Israel.
Well, what's this about?
Oh shit! She's
Is
got a
this
bomb
Star
in her
Trek
purse.
Voyager?
Oh, who's that, Isabella?
She's also a YouTuber.
Who are all
is
these
she?
YouTubers?
I don't know why they're all here.
Oh, this is so hilarious.
You
Oh,
know,
she's pretty,
you know, in Montreal, one of the comics to watch in Montreal for the variety thing, was I think two of them were fucking just YouTubers.
Cool.
Not even comedians. That Lily Singh.
Good pick. Good pick. I'm really good
Who's
at comedy.
this?
Isabel, who's this eyebrow bitch?
Is she a winter princess?
That's Kat Dahlia.
Why is she wearing Under Armour under her dress?
Wow.
She has chainmail on.
This looks like the waiting to get into the cellar line now.
Yeah, that was like a heroin dealer and the girl he deals heroin to.
I feel like I'll wake up in one of their torture pits.
But look, they're YouTube nobodies essentially, and look how confident they are. Yeah, but they're like, of course we're here.
Yeah,
of course.
And you know who should be there? Some serious nobodies. Us. We should be there. We should be there.
I tried to get tickets for Isabel to go today.
I tried so many times to get tickets.
You go to the MTV Awards?
Yeah, I was going to try.
I tried
next
to
year.
get tickets through Wayne, through the art thing. Then Dad tried to get tickets. Then Olivia tried to get tickets.
Yeah, but the problem was it was all today. It was all today.
You should have gone through your old buddy that was on a little thing called Guy Court.
Oh, that's right.
Dan
You forgot to call Dan Soder, who was a lawyer on Guy Court.
I was 2-2 in Guy Court, so I'm pretty sure they take my calls.
And that was a tough judge, Donnell Rawlings.
I'll tell you this.
Who is this guy?
No nonsense Donnell Rawlings judge. Who's he?
A Disney actor.
Is he the new Spider-Man?
Who's the Prince of Mumbai?
Hey, I have a question. Are they going to have an actual musician come up at some point? There we go.
Is that
2 Chainz?
Is that Booker T?
I thought he worked in the Wah Band.
That's 2 Chainz, right?
Yeah.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
I just know the name from WorldStarHipHop.com.
He looks like, yeah.
So if you met him on let's say you met him on the street or something like that.
I'd cross the street. I wouldn't meet him. No way.
Would you go, oh, hey, 2 Chainz? I mean, would you say that?
Nicki Minaj.
Why is she being let out like a prize golden retriever?
Someone's got to hold her ass
Nicki
up.
Minaj.
Because she's why?
Nicki Minaj.
That makes no sense, though.
Because she's fabulous, bitch.
Work. Is that when you just say that? Work.
She is hot as hell, though.
Yeah, her fake butt.
She's not even
really
ready
nice.
yet. Look, she has her stylist on the carpet.
They're
Isn't that
fixing
crazy?
her weave.
Her science butt is very nice.
It's crazy.
Good science butt, Nikki.
She was a church girl. She grew up right. That was like the backstory.
Yeah.
Like, learned how to sing in the choir.
They did have that. It's the last thing of Shoosh time today, but oh yeah, her body is fantastic.
Boom.
But that last thing of Shoosh time has that thing we were looking for, the Kim Kardashian thing, Dan. Like her body, like now it's just cartoonishly not good.
It looks like she's holding on because her butt's too heavy.
She's like, I'm gonna collapse. She's like, do I still have to hold this?
Why did they give me a lead butt implant? I'm carrying around. My quads are shot.
When she sits down, it just goes ting.
Yeah, ting ting as her butt cheeks hit. Ting,
oh wow!
Ting.
No, it's not. It's on Shoosh time. It's the last thing on Shoosh time.
Her butt looks like 2 little kids. Oh wait, those are her kids.
Oh, it is her children.
Mommy.
David Attell, thank you very much for coming on
thanks
the
for
show.
having me in, guys. And congratulations on over a year of great radio.
You are our first guest, and you are always welcome back on the Bonfire. Check out Dave Attell at Helium in Philadelphia this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Go to davidattell.com for tickets, and then go check out Big J on the Oddball Tour, oddballfest.com. He's going to be in Detroit and Chicago this weekend. Go get your tickets, and then also download a special Live at Webster Hall on iTunes. And I'm sorry if you're going to Bumbershoot and you were planning on seeing me in Seattle. I will not be there this weekend, but dansoder.com for other dates.
dansoder.com for his dates, and get his special, not special, available on iTunes and several other formats. It is an awesome special, and if you really want to catch him live, you can see me and him just creep staring at Box at the Soho House next time.
I'm going to have some cut-off jean shorts and a Macho Man t-shirt on.
Dude, we should dress ridiculous and just go.
100%.
Let's just go up there.
I'll cut up some old jeans. I don't give a shit.
Just got to go up there.
Get those fugs in the pool.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Let them get wet. Wet fug
Fug
time.
splash.
Hug them, hose them down, and feed them.
Dave, love you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. And
we love you guys. You guys are the best fans.
We'll catch you next week on the Bonfire. Crackle, crackle.